This is one that we get, and this was from multiple people, but really, what are some of the important factors for structuring my financials and my financial data today if I want to sell my MSP in 3 to 5 years? And then, kind of secondary to that, it starts with the financials, but then what is the best tax advantage situation if I want to sell my MSP 3 to 5 years? What should I be looking at? For instance, adjusted ownership compensation. Hey, I take out this amount of money, but my MSP is that much profitable. So, we'll start at the top with that question because this was one that's very detailed in this market. But really, what are some of the things they should be doing to structure their financials to sell their MSP in 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, I would say the biggest one is getting a handle of on your margin. So we talked about cost of goods sold, but making sure that your income statement shows the revenue and then the associated cost of sales with that revenue. So if you have, recurring services, you have then the labor associated with those recurring services. If you're selling product or hardware or software, make sure that you have cost of sales related to those so that you can actually see the gross margin by revenue stream. That's probably one of the biggest things, right? So, and again, we see a lot of clients running through personal expenses through the P&L, getting all that stuff cleaned up. I mean, it's best business practice to never use your business for your personal expenses. So if you are doing that, you might as well just take distributions out of your business if you aren't already and pay those personal expenses on your own. Buyers don't want to see that stuff. It sort of muddies the water.
Yeah, and I think it's not even just about the financial data. I remember Greg Northrup, shout out from IT Valuations. He told me this. He's like, it's also a confidence thing. It's the psychology of the deal of if you're doing that, it's already viewed as I hate to say it, but unprofessional to be mixing your business and personal, and revenue. Not only from a practical, hey, if you're taking certain things and paying personally out of the business, it's probably more tax advantageous just to take it as distribution and then pay it personally from there as opposed to not being able to realize the full deduction. But yeah, that's one where, your revenue line and your service line really starts that conversation for valuation. But then it's going into, okay, what's the quality of this revenue? What's the profitability of this revenue? Are you growing that revenue? And then looking at all of the expenses that go through the business. When a buyer's looking at it, they're evaluating, okay, where can I reduce my cost and my investment spend because I have entities that I'm already spending this in and I can bring it apart of where are we duplication of efforts or labor. So they don't want to see a bunch of, hey, we all my hotels and my credit card points and oh yeah, my electric bill and all that stuff that we see more frequently than we would like to see.